A member of the Valley's LGBT community says the long-awaited Add the Words hearing is an emotional roller coaster ride. Thanks for watching KBOI2 News. First at 4, I'm Brent Hunsaker. And I'm Natalie Hurst. That ride is now in its third day as the House State Affairs Committee listens to testimony on a bill that would give housing and employment protections to gays and lesbians here in Idaho. As Scott Logan explains, the hearing is in sight, its end, but the outcome remains unclear. He has today's top story.
On the third day of the Add the Words hearing, the emotional strain was clearly showing on members of the LGBT community as they shared personal stories of fear and suffering.
I am here today as your sister, your friend, your neighbor. Sorry, this has been a long time coming, being able to stand here in front of you and testify in a public hearing.
Is it not taking a toll on you and your community?
Oh, it absolutely is. It's been hard to sit here and listen to the salacious things said about us, things that I won't repeat.
Hard but necessary, say those who are urging lawmakers to add sexual orientation and gender identity protections to the Idaho Human Rights Act.
This bill isn't just about housing or jobs. This bill is about human lives. Can't you understand that?
I'm 66 years old. More than half of those years I lived in Idaho and felt fear because of my sexual orientation.
Some spoke painfully about gay relatives who will not come to Idaho to visit because they believe Idaho does not respect their basic human rights. In the morning session, almost everyone spoke in support of Add the Words, formerly called House Bill 2, but a few testified against it.
This is not the same as race. This is sex and sexual morality.
Scott Logan, KBOI News, the State House.
Now, the Spokesman Review reports that, including this morning's session, 154 people have testified in the hearing, 102 in favor, 51 against the bill. Testimony continues this afternoon, and a vote is planned for tomorrow. Well, as your numbers just pointed out, not everyone is in favor of adding the words, but instead of testifying before the committee, one person opened up his wallet to give his opinion. Eric Gonzalez spoke with one man who paid to get his cause on the front page of a local newspaper today.
The brightly colored sticker says it all. Add no words, stand up to the bullying. This was stuck on the front page of thousands of copies of the Idaho Statesman and seen by thousands of readers. The person that placed the ad says he doesn't regret it one bit. The Idaho Statesman says this ad went out to about 41,000 newspapers in circulation. The ad speaks out against changing the Idaho Human Rights Act.
Coverage has been slanted in one direction from most sources, and I feel like people have the right to hear another perspective.
Wells says he's not in favor of making the change to add sexual orientation and gender identity, and he says he's just standing up for his right to speak against adding the words. He says so far the response to his ad has been negative.
The majority of those were negative, and some pretty aggressively so. A couple of words that I can't really repeat. But there was also some support.
Wells would not say how much he paid for the ad, but he says it was worth every penny if it gets his message out there.
Could have bought a couple of steak dinners, I suppose. There are other things I would have preferred to spend this money on.
It's over the top because just let people be who they are. I mean, if you don't like it, you know, that's your deal, but why are you going out of your way to discriminate against people that are not doing anything to you?
But Wells says he should be able to spend his money the way he wants.
Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. I mean, you can always look back later and say, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but it's not like I went down to jackpot and put it on a roulette table.
The newspaper says they don't show any bias in their advertising as long as the message isn't mudslinging. They say they would have run an ad in support of adding the words if someone had come forward. Back to you.
Eric, did he put this advertisement in any other newspaper?
Yeah, he put 3 others. He placed other ads in the Idaho Press Tribune, the Argus Observer, and the Magic Valley Times. Back to you.
Okay. Eric, thank you very much. The Ada County Highway District plans to discuss policy for LGBT employees tonight. The proposal to extend protections to them and do it formally in the Personnel Policy Handbook. The meeting starts at 6 o'clock.